It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Hit you with the no delay in my progress. All the time struggling, only further my conquest. Looking to the future, I wrote and printed the concept. Posted to the net, but that's just a piece of the mindset. Brand slow balling, I'm snowballing, get back to work. Got your favorite companies watching me, but they never chirp. Big names, all of my stories, I see them studying. I probably could have helped them, I guess they stuck in they stubbornness. This shit is jokes. Independent living, did it with the quotes. Been a hidden hand, sending lyrics, and it's been remote. From the home set up, these jokers, it's known beggars. You nothing without a squad. I'm fixing my phone settings, a lyricist, supremacist. The penmanship is limitless. I'm building businesses, aiming again since I've been in this. I'm 007, been cold since '07. How I do it? I was home alone, Kevin. Goal setting, but now my goal setting, commentating. They fixating. Light from the hand, the pins rating. Forget waiting. I hit record, then I hit record. If a nigga play me on the mic, then I choke him with the cord. Yeah, I'm sacrificing money here with every verse. Giving punchlines to these rappers when I said it first. Preaching to the choir, giving facts like we in the church. I'm just praying for the day it start to reimburse. True prerogative, they blew the entire budget. They do it, my discussions. I'm zooming, they higher up. It's like, Mr. Nolan, we should get this rolling. Tell me what you need, a check, pause, semicolon. I'm tired of the games, fanning the flames. I'm making a change. You don't value what I'm bringing, then it's not an exchange. Only resolution I'm worried about is 4K. If you really want to party with me, then set up the play, bitch. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there on this Monday. In this particular video, we're going to be getting into Drake and what's going on in the latest with his European tour. All right. It looks like Drake has canceled yet another show. This one being in Manchester. And once again, the fans are not all that thrilled. And I think, honestly, this was completely avoidable on Drake's part. I'm going to pull up an article where they get into the details of everything, but it looks like there was something going on with the cargo of getting back to Manchester or something like that, because I believe he did 2 dates already there. He left to go to Sweden and he came back the next day. And I guess they weren't able to transport the cargo of his show back and forth within a timely fashion, which again, I think is completely avoidable. I don't know why you forced that when you could have easily just sat for a day and had all of your equipment there in Manchester. But what do I know? I'm not the 15-year touring artist. I'm just a spectator. I don't know anything, right? So let's go ahead and pull it up and get into it, shall we? So here we are. Drake cancels Manchester show due to travel logistics. The July 28th Co-op Live Arena show has been postponed until August. So that show was scheduled to take place today. Okay? Drake has canceled his upcoming show at Manchester's Co-op Live Arena due to travel logistics. The rapper was due to play at the venue on Monday night, July 28th, having already played 2 shows in the arena on Friday and Saturday. As confirmed on the Co-op Live website, however, the Monday show has had to be postponed. Due to unforeseen ferry schedule and travel logistics, tomorrow's performance in Manchester on July 28th has been rescheduled, they said. The good news is that Drake will now perform in Manchester on Tuesday, August 5th, and is set to be an unforgettable night. So the show that was supposed to happen today will now happen a week from now. All right. Now, let's just hope for his and his fans' sake that nothing else comes up and they have a phantom missing date. But at least they have an actual date on the schedule, unlike the rest of those, New Zealand and Australian shows just a couple months ago. They say despite playing in Manchester on Saturday night, Drake has a scheduled show in Gothenburg, Sweden on Sunday, which he played out yesterday, which appears to have caused an issue in transporting his crew and equipment back to Manchester in time. See a range of reactions to the news from disappointed ticket holders here. All right, so we've got this one person, Kaylis Marshall or something, saying, "Cheers, Drake. Canceling Manchester show the day before and rescheduling for the day I go on holiday." All right, so this person was excited to go to the show And the day before, they just got a random email from the promoter saying it's not happening, and it's been moved a week away. Drake with Party Next Door, some special shows for you. UK, excuse me. Co-op Live Manchester, hello. The event organizer has been in touch and has asked us to pass on the following information due to unforeseen ferry schedule, which ferry schedule and travel sounds crazy. Tomorrow's performance in Manchester on July 28th has been rescheduled. The good news is that Drake will now perform in Manchester on Tuesday, August 5th, and is said to be an unforgettable night. All tickets remain valid for the new date. We can't wait to see you there, is what the email said to people. Who's to say that they were going to be available on that date? And typically, when stuff like this happens, with canceled shows, it's like the artist is sick, they need surgery, family emergency. I mean, that's what Drake called out on earlier, didn't he? He said he had some sort of emergency that he needed to tend to. People, exhaustion, drainage. A couple years ago, he said he was going to need to take a break from touring due to stomach issues. We never saw what happened with that. There's valid reasons for canceling a show, but it seems to me that they just stacked his tour itinerary with dates, because why go from doing 2 nights in Manchester, go across the pond to Sweden, and then go back to Manchester all in like full succession, not even having a day of break. So you did the show on Saturday in Manchester, you go do the show in Sweden on Sunday, and then you come back to Manchester on Monday. That just doesn't seem logistically smart. But again, this isn't my job, right? We got somebody else here that says, how is Drake using logistics as an excuse to reschedule tomorrow night's show in Manchester when he's already here? They say, what the fuck, man? So he made it back, but his tour production items, I guess, were in tow, right? I seen some people that were angry because they saw him in a bar with the headphones on. I guess they say listening to the Iceman album. And they like, he out here just chilling at a bar instead of doing the show? What the hell's going on? We got another one here. It says, fuck Drake. Never listen to this blank again. Canceling a show the day before due to logistics when he's been in Manchester the last 2 nights? Blank. I don't use that particular word. Next up. Extended my unpaid leave in Dubai to stay in Manchester so I could see Drake on 28th July, just for him to cancel last minute and say he's got travel problems. My brother, you are in the city. What the fuck you mean? Oh, man. Didn't this fucking tour just kick off too, like about a week ago or some shit? Drake kicked off his Some Special Songs for You tour, UK tour, in Birmingham's Utilita Arena last week, July 20th, with a show that included the crowd leading a chant of F. Kendrick. The Canadian rapper responded, all right, all right, all right. I can't say that I don't agree. The tour is a co-headline effort alongside Party Next Door, and you can see the full list of scheduled dates here. I'm not going to. Visit here for tickets to remaining UK shows and here for European tickets. Drake also made history by headlining all 3 nights of this year's Wireless Festival in London, playing different sets each night. NME's Kyan Sean Williams gave the series of shows a 3-star review. Damn, is that 3 out of 5? And described it as expertly curated, but lacking conviction. For all the scale and all the stats, most Billboard #1s, most streamed rapper ever, the fastest selling wireless edition in history, this should have been Drake's victory lap, reminding us why he earned all his success, it read. Instead, it feels like a man floating above his own myth, still chasing the love he's already received. Damn! The boy became a man, sure, but Drake's record-breaking wireless residency feels like he's yet to grow up. Golly, they on your ass. So yeah, it seems pretty much like everybody is just as confused as I am about the fact that they're citing travel logistics and ferry transport issues when it's like, bro, you here. What's going on? Right? But I think that was that forced show in Sweden that threw off the entire, succession of how this was going to work. Now, I don't know what they had going on Sunday night because he could have just did 3 nights back to back to back. He was there Friday and Saturday. I don't know who was booked there Sunday. Maybe they already had a pre-existing contract with another artist who went in there for Sunday. So he was like, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna stay in Manchester and wait. I might as well go do another show." But you would think his agents, I mean, this is Drake we're talking about, whether you like him, love him, hate him, whatever. I mean, this is one of the biggest artists in the entire music industry. You would think that he has people in his corner that would say, "Hey, we are gonna have to transport all of your tour production items across the water to do the show and then get back with everything for the next day." Like nobody said maybe you want to take a day of break. Like maybe maybe you want to just chill. We could go to fucking Sweden afterwards. After we finish our breakfast here in Manchester. You mean to tell me Skepta didn't say anything? Skepta didn't reach out and say, "Hey man, I don't know if you know the lay of the land out here, but perhaps you should try staying here, man. Finish up in Manchester, go to Sweden afterwards. You bastard." You mean to tell me Central C, he got so much to say on these features, but he couldn't give you a heads up on that, man? What about gigs, man? Ain't nobody reach out and say, "Hey man, you don't want to try this a little bit differently?" Okay, well, the fans are angry. It looks like some of the people that originally bought their tickets for today won't be able to attend next week based on their own scheduling. So the schedule was thrown off, and now your fan schedule is thrown off, which, again, I feel like this was completely unnecessary. It was completely avoidable. And, I don't know what the thought process was on Drake's behalf. I don't know if it was just a straight up money play, like I'm gonna go get that bag. Because I'm quite sure at this point in his career, he's probably getting at least $1 million a show or somewhere in the ballpark. Um, so it's like, man, I'm not turning down $1 million to sit around in Manchester. I ain't got shit to do. Ain't nothing. I don't know nobody out here. Fuck it. We've got another one of his fans here who is actually quite perturbed about this situation. She feels consistently let down by his European shows. All right. So she says, so far, Drake canceled slash rescheduled 3 shows: Manchester, Belgium, and Zurich. Who the fuck plans his tour dates? And why is it that every time he goes to Europe, he either cancels the dates or reschedules? People travel from other countries to his concerts. This is absurd. Furthermore, she says it happens every time he's in Europe. It's getting ridiculous. I love him, but that's one thing I absolutely can't accept. He preaches about how people buy his tickets with their hard-earned money, but doesn't show it when it comes to him canceling the shows back and forth. This is so disrespectful. Thank God I have a show that is 5 hours away by car and have a hotel that is free of cancellation, but there's people who travel across Europe or from other continents. These are his fans speaking, by the way. So anybody trying to say that this is a hate campaign or that this is some sort of, because that's what they say with me is like, "Oh, you're just a dedicated Drake hater. You're only going to speak negative." These are his fans with their reactions to what he has going on with his tour because they actually want to be there, and he continues to make it hard for them. She says it happens every time he endeavors to try to come to Europe. So clearly, that ain't me. I ain't got no communication with this person. That is his folks. And if you want to his folks, you should be reaching out to her and learning from her experience, because clearly she's spending her hard-earned money and feeling taken advantage of or feeling empty about the experience that he's been given to his fans. And this is a very crucial time for Homeboy to cater to these fans, because he has no dates in the US. He's deliberately skipping over the US, right? He did the Australian New Zealand tour earlier in the year, which didn't end the correct way. He ended up canceling the remaining shows right when it was like the last few. Now he's just starting a brand new tour. It just kicked off a week ago, and he's already having logistic issues, which you're supposed to have logistic issues worked out when you book them. That's the whole point of planning this stuff ahead of time. So it's just interesting. Not to mention, I think the objective of his whole European tour is to galvanize all these other territories, keep those fans in tune, while he believes that the US is holding some grudge against him. This is the homeland of Kendrick Lamar, UMG, and all of the people that he's either suing or implying wrongdoing for in his lawsuit. So yeah, let me go travel the world. Let me go energize my fans. Let me rally them behind me while I basically, because I guess for him, he feels like he's at war with us over here. But then you can't even serve them in the correct way to get that energy behind you. Just my take on it, but I know it'll be received as hate from some people. But let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share the video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next swing. All right, peace. King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mile. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.